Our sailing season for 2022 was very short. We only had about 3 weeks to cross the Sea of Cortez to the Bay of Conception, cruise around for a couple weeks before we needed to head back and haul out. After one final dock party on April 1st at 4 p.m., we untied the lines and headed out across the sea for what would end up being a 24-hour crossing.
This is my last package of cookies we have to turn around. I know we just started, but I didn't plan quite right. Turn us around.
Check it out. Our wind vane, I think it says monitor on it, steering the boat. So I can just sit here and watch it steer the boat. And that's so cool. We were very excited to be sailing finally and to be sailing overnight as well. It's a very magical experience to be sailing into the sunset and through the night. Sun's going down. We're crossing the sea. Got a reef, one reef in the mainsail. Not enough wind really to even have the jib out. Engine's on because otherwise we'd be going a knot and a half. It was a long night with little sleep, no moon, but plenty of stars. And it was wonderful to watch the sun rise and then motor into the Bay of Conception and drop anchor. We did it! We were finally here after 2 years of a major refit on Holoholo and 3 years since we'd been cruising. We were finally on the Baja Peninsula at San Aspect, and it felt divine. Alright, have a good adventure. We explored the local beaches and the occasional beach bar, enjoyed the wildlife. The spotted dolphins was cruising through the bay one day. And I got in the water and snorkeled whenever I could. I saw a little bit of wildlife, some skates and some fish. There wasn't a huge amount, but I loved being in the water. When we weren't out playing, I spent most of my time in the cockpit watching the sky and the water from dawn until well after sunset. There was still maintenance and mechanical issues to deal with, some of them not very fun. Our controller for our alternator died, which made it a little inconvenient. But we would distract ourselves with a new anchorage and a new place to explore or go snorkeling. Even though it was the tail end of the cruising season, we still met up with friends. And this empty beach during Semana Santa turned into a carnival practically overnight. Out in the middle of nowhere, a carnival. It was a very peaceful and introspective time for me, and I can't wait to go back. All too soon, it was time to prepare for our passage across the sea. And the afternoon that we left, a few dolphins greeted us and swam around Holoholo for good luck. The winds were in our favor most of the trip, so we were finally able to get in some decent sailing. However, Shay got seasick, and so she spent most of her time below, and I was in the cockpit hand steering all night since our tiller pilot decided not to work. But it's always wonderful when the sun comes up, and we were able to spell each other by taking cat naps in the cockpit until we arrived back at the marina. It was a huge relief to finally be back at the dock 3 weeks later, having our maiden cruise with Holoholo successfully behind us. 1 week later, we hauled out, said goodbye to friends, put Holoholo to bed, and drove north to the US. Goodbye, Holoholo. See you next season.